Hi, it's Monday, the 1st of June 2020, and we've reached day 12 of the Creating Heaven on Earth process. So today we're seeing our crystal complexity, how clear we are, and as you can see, we're on a portal day. So this is a very powerful day of human evolution. It's the fourth main sign of yellow seed, and it's a vibration, the tone of 12. So we're going through a gateway of our crystal light body on another level. So as this is the fourth mind sign, it's the structure, it's the star seed that we are unveiling through clearing our human being story and coming into a space of spirit embodiment, wisdom, letting go of wounding that's created hell on earth for us and our ancestral tribe since the beginning of time. And the planet is Jupiter, so it's mastery. At the moment, we've got Jupiter is going backwards retrograde in Capricorn. So we're going back over all our patriarchal experiences, all our disciple experiences, all our discipline, so that we can revisit it and come into mastery. So wherever you've got Jupiter in your chart, this is a really key day for mastery for you. For me, I've got Jupiter in Gemini, loads of planets in Gemini, and at the moment, and we've also got Venus going retrograde in Gemini at the moment. We've got lots of planets retrograde. And so in terms of today, key information, this is Transcendental Karmic Astrology that you can find on Facebook. North Node and Vesta are conjunct with fixed stars Polaris and Betelgeuse. So again, if you want to know more information, do check out this website on Facebook, and also just do some Googles or whatever engine you use. Pop that in and see what comes up for you, because it's your individual cookie trail, which everybody has a unique one and will create their own path of awareness. Also, of course, with cookies now, your particular computer and browser will be getting tagged and diverted into all sorts of avenues because of your past preferences and your past coding. So just be aware of that as well. So what does that mean? North Node in Gemini, which is retrograde. And so the North Node is our karmic path, our soul purpose. And generally the North Nodes on the planet are around in that energy for 12 to 18 months, depending on which one it is. So we've just gone into this one now. And so this is about right relationship. And so really starting to see what we value, what matters, making sense of information. So lots of information at the moment. And so Vesta is also in Gemini at the moment. So this is our goddess of the hearth, our inner fire, the fire within, the sacredness of our home. So again, all of this coming together around what's happening in our home, in our hearth, in our hearts, around right relationship and mastery of this. Because with the fourth mind sign being the seed, the fourth house in our natural zodiac is in Cancer. So this is all about the structure of the home. This is why it's so important that children have a really good, stable, healthy home life, because this is where all the patterns are formed, and also where they spend other time at school as well, whoever their caretakers are. And this has not been a focus on planet Earth in most cultures for thousands of years. So been lots of upset, lots of distortion of pattern. And on another level, this is about the mask. I'm not talking about the mask that people are wearing at the moment in terms of the physical one that a lot of people are choosing to wear. But again, we see the manifestation of the mask now, literally coping mechanisms that are used by the ego to survive. And it does help us survive. It does not help us thrive. And often it's very unhealthy in terms of using addictions to avoid hurt feelings, to avoid wounding. Again, very natural, because most people don't know how their emotional mind works. They don't know about psychology, and they don't know about their personal pattern. So for the adventurer who is doing the creating heaven on earth process on a conscious level, this is key to know this information. So these fixed stars, where we've got this connection today, I don't know a lot about them either, so I'll be doing some research on these. So the asteroid of the focusing principle is making it possible for us to concentrate exclusively on our destiny choices. There you go. The conjunction is aligned with two important fixed stars which work as dimension portals. So again, just said, that aligns with the Mayan because we've got a portal today. Polaris is this historical era's north polar star, our celestial umbilical cord. As a result of the tilted axis of the Earth, it looks as if we were hanging off it and revolving around it. Betelgeuse, Alpha Orion, is one of the most beneficial stars, denoting unlimited, unhindered success. So, wow, what an amazing day we've got ahead. And in terms of where the moon is in the UK, we've got the moon waxing in Libra today. I'm living in the Libra part of the landscape in the zodiac in Glastonbury, so very powerful here today. Libra is the 7th astrological sign, which is all about relationships, shadow in particular, coming into balance, authenticity, the scales in Egypt, the story around weighing the heart at the time of death, to see if that person has acted in a compassionate, loving way throughout their life. And so again, this relates to how to work with these frameworks and to work with emotional freedom technique. Check that out if you haven't yet, to heal our heart and become clear. So at the moment we have got Libra at 11 degrees here, tea leaves that form a pentagram, destiny openings, carte blanche to enter upon fresh directions, a child of destiny, offered by spirit, protection and guidance, encouragement and empowerment. You are the exception to the rule, the special exemption for future purposes, extracted from the old regular patterns and given the chance to follow the inward instincts and sensibility completely. A distinctive quality of being marked out for destiny acceleration beyond what is reasonable or set up. The start of something big. Granted permission to make mistakes, make a fool of yourself, and still come up as the one everybody knows can and will do astounding things, just because down the road somebody's calling you onward who cannot be refused. So again, another way you can work with this, if you know what your natal chart is, what your cosmic codes are, then you can look at which house that falls in. So every time we're in Libra Moon, that's going to be aspecting that house for you, and around childhood development in the emotional body, what's looking to mature. And so Libra for me is in my 9th house and a key gateway, which is why I'm here in the Libra part of the zodiac. In terms of cards today, I have got the goddess card of Gargantua, and Strength. With your help, giant goddess, I am strong enough to build a temple in my heart where I honour the creative force and the Earth Mother, from whom we can learn all we need to know to guide us on our path. So really being in touch with the Earth. And we have got the second Mayan sign, which is White Wind, which is one of my castles as a blue hand. Ik. And so spirit, the breath. And the card that I got today is a card that most people see as a physical death. And so, you know, rather than the death card in Thoth, which is often just means death of the personality and a shift. So in terms of this one, we've got the Ten of Swords, which is ruin. And so again, with this, I use Eli's, elitarotstrikingly.com. And so I have also done more cards to go with that to give me a bigger picture. So here we go. This is the snapshot that I'm going to share with you. So again, this is about the Sun in Gemini, which we are at the moment. I've got lots of Gemini in my chart, and it's key for both my parents, Geminis, and so growing up with this Gemini energy and lots of information. Jupiter in Gemini is really mastery of that and how to focus on that and how to do right relationship. So again, it's the manifestation of the inner mind, the chatter, the monkey mind on one level. That's how I see it. And how to train that part of our mind, and especially if you do this with EFT, instead of allowing the thoughts to come up and float by and observe them, you actually work with them. So you get to a point where you don't have a lot of thoughts, because my belief is thoughts come up, worries come up, anxieties come up to be addressed. And when you use something like emotional freedom technique, this really works. So if you have disturbing dreams, for example, again, I see it, Carl Jung, it's the unconscious coming up to be worked with, because it doesn't switch off, it doesn't go away. And so the more you learn how to work with it and become your own healer and your own parent, then the more that you can do the alchemy process and get clear. So the snapshot from Eli is, the querent may be tired of nonsense programming and is seeking a way to fix it. The rest of the cards in the reading will show the querent how to get out from under the tyranny of fear-based thought and accelerate away from the lower thought processes. Here, the wisdom and intuition of the tarot reader comes into play and aid is easily given. So again, check out, it will be on under the link for this video, so you can check out more information. One of the things that he mentions, which we're doing a revisit of the 1930s now, in terms of what we're revisiting the cycle. And so he mentions there about often being totally passive to things isn't the way forward. And so again, that's a perspective on that. And so we can have ideals, we can have philosophies, but it's balancing those up with where is that coming from as well? Is this coming from a fear space? Do I need to take action now? Do I need to make changes? And if you've been working in particular with the global cycles that's been happening, so for example, the financial crash back in 2008, 2009, depending where you were in the world, then you'll see a pattern repeat. You'll see a pattern repeat, which is also the North Node in Gemini, which is when the event in New York happened, so around the towers coming down, which again is very symbolic of the Tower card. And so you'll see a repeating cycle, and you'll see a lot of information around that. And again, this is how wisdom also comes in. When you've hung around for a few circuits on the block, then you actually see things rather than just hear about things. So younger people have a different code. They are experiencing life and media in particular very much in a different way to older generations. So they have a completely different perspective. And again, it's just weighing these up to see what's in balance, what's shadow, what's a manipulation of truth. And the more that we get clear on the inside, so seeing how clear we are now, how we stay in our centre no matter what's going on around us, which is so key for Blue Storm, which is the next cycle we're going into on the 26th of July. We're going into a year of Blue Storm. So the more that we get clear and in our emotional centre by healing our past emotional events, the more that we can see things in a different way and come from a centered space. So today, I hope you have an amazing day of evolution and focusing on your destiny, where you're going, what's happening for you, and what needs to die so that you can live. If you'd like to know more about any of these cycles or your personal codes, how to work with them, how to do EFT, please get in touch. My website is flowwithjo.com. I have a workshop coming up on the 14th of June, which is all about this mask. And so learning what our coping mechanisms are that we've developed, why we've developed them, where they've come from, how we can start to relax them, let them go, and evolve into thriving rather than just surviving. So please get in touch if you'd like to know more about that. Lots of love. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.